Guys, you know how I told you in the beginning how 2023 was full of wonder and happiness and good vibes? And how this one was a big reality check of reminding us that, oh, yes, you are still random event generator Akuma Nimune. Well, y'all, this is where it starts to get a little crazy. First of all, Giri had a whole plan to get us there. Well, DM did. But Giri said, hey, there's a different route we can take that'll get us there 20 minutes sooner. So it would have been 22 hours and 40 minutes instead of 3 hours to get to Mount Fuji. And DM said, oh, okay, sounds good. Let's go to this train. We go over to the train. Everything was fine. What we didn't know was the fact that this fucking train was for reserved seating. And we all just looked at Giri and said, Giri, you reserved tickets, didn't you? Giri gave us the oh look. And I said, don't worry, I'll just buy us some tickets. So I go to buy us the tickets. We look at said tickets and realize, oh, we got non-reserved seating. Meaning, if you have non-reserved seating, you will just take the seats that are not occupied. My assumption was that, oh, that means that there are seats that are not occupied that we can take. I was wrong. No, it's just if there are no seats, you fucking stand. We realized they were not reserved and we all had to basically just fend for ourselves. Bao and I actually managed to find seats. So there is the system that they do. I think it is a stupid system where if you can reserve seats for specific stops and it'll show red, meaning, oh, you can sit here if it's red. There's nobody planning to sit here. If it was yellow, that meant, oh, somebody will eventually be sitting there, but you can sit there for now. And green means they are reserved. You're not allowed to sit there unless you have that ticket seat. Bao and I managed to find yellow seats, meaning somebody was going to take the seats later. So we had maybe 2 stops where we got to sit there, but then right after that, we were on our own, kicked out of those seats, and basically had to fend for ourselves, and we were homeless, and we felt like we were New York City rats trying to find shelter. Practicality, thank you so much for the tier 3 for 31 months. Thank you. Bao and I ended up wedged between 2 rows of chairs. You could turn chairs around, like 2 seats around to face another row. So it was basically a back-to-back thing where it made a little triangle, like a little tent. Me and Bao were just wedged in between that. Actually, like Harry Potter's closet, bro. And I was just on the floor, the dirty-ass floor, and Bao was standing. And then DM was in luggage stowaway, like a stowaway luggage compartment. And Giri was too tall for that, so she was just standing in front of it and feeding DM like she was a little bird. And we were like that for around an hour and 45 minutes. We thought that eventually we would find a seat. Nope, never happened. Never happened. Because everybody wanted to go to Mount Fuji that day. We were doing that. We were like standing and sitting and just getting rattled around like rag dolls for almost 2 hours. But we finally made it. We finally made it to the station to get to the bus stop to get to our cute little camp. Or so we thought. We had a little bit of time, so I go to get some stuff from the 7-Eleven, and then they said, Numi, the bus is here, the bus is here. I run. They lied. The bus wasn't there yet. We eventually got on this bus. And I said, wow, it's going to take us straight to the camp. That was also not what was happening. Giri said, oh, no, we have to stop, pull the thing, and then it'll drop us off, and then we'll just walk to the camp from there. I assumed it would drop us off in front of the camp, and we would just be walking to the camp. No, it dropped us off in the middle of the fucking forest. So we get dropped off in the middle of the forest, and we were just walking on foot on the side of the road in this forest to get to this camp for like 20 minutes. And as we're walking, DM sees a sign that said, shuttle route. So then DM turns around and looks at Giri and says, Giri, we could have taken a shuttle the whole time instead of walking through the forest. Girl, heard you yearn for the rainforest monkey lifestyle. I hate you, bitch. But, you know, it was fine. It was only a 20-minute hike. It was just a cute little hike. was just a cute little fun little hike. We were all giggling and laughing. And we finally make it to the camp. And we were in bliss. The place was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I was taking videos and selfies, all of the vlog footage, and then I'm recording on my camera, and me and DM are looking at the little store that they have there. It was so nice. Me and DM said, oh my God, look at their alcohol selection. I can't wait to buy everything. I can't wait to buy everything from here. I'm so excited. I can't wait to buy everything. And then I'm just walking. I'm like, oh, look, it's Giri. Giri didn't look happy, guys. In fact, Giri was looking mortified. I managed to capture this whole entire part of the trip. I walk up and I said, Giri, what's wrong? Giri looks at us, her face white. White, she looked like a ghost. She said, I booked for the wrong place. Somehow, the link that DM sent Giri that was in full English wasn't enough. Something, I don't know what happened, but Giri managed to book not only at a different campground, but it was in a completely different prefecture, which is like a different city. Or a different state, pretty much. It was just, she booked it in a completely different area that was over almost 2 hours away from where we were. Like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Girly is in panic mode. I'm just giggling and gurgling because I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way this is happening to us right now. She managed to find a taxi driver that would be able to drive us to this new prefecture. I don't know how this guy said he would do it, but he did. This taxi ended up costing around $350. But that's not all. That's not all. The camp that we booked had a package with a grill so you could make food. And they'll provide the food, right? They didn't tell us about that. Giri did not purchase that. We had no food. So we had to ask the taxi driver to take us not only to a different prefecture, but to stop at the grocery store so we could get food. And the guy said, yeah, I can take you there, but I have to keep the meter running. So he takes us all the way over to this new prefecture. We stop at the grocery store and we just bolt in and we're just like, grabbing all of the meat and everything we can, all of the groceries we can in around 15-20 minutes, as fast as we could, got all of our shit, got back in the car, and drove so deep into the mountains that we were unable to even contact the Kyoto group. So we decided to play prank, and with the one bar that we had for 2 split seconds at the campground, we told them that, hey, we made it to the camp, and we just took a picture of some random bush with like a mat on the floor, and then our service just completely cut out. It wasn't like Nagano, because we had some Wi-Fi at certain points and some connection at some points. No. Where we were, completely stranded, nothing. Besides one bar for like 2 fucking seconds. And we sent them that picture as a troll, and then everything died. So everybody in the Kyoto group thought that everything went so wrong that we were sleeping like Bear Grylls in the middle of the forest. It was... Oh, yeah. Giri not only got us on the train, blah, 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 blah. I love you, Lola. She said, I'm just a little guy, guys. At least there's a theme park waiting on us eventually. We were fully expecting them to cancel our booking because we were so late. And then we were just going to go to the amusement park there instead. But, it all worked out. We are truly experiencing living off the wilderness. I would like to put all of the blame on Bao because Bao made a tweet that morning. Let me bring it up. Let me find that tweet. Let me find that tweet. Finding it. I'm finding it. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Ah, yes, this one. She said, Don't tell Giri and Girl DM, but I can't imagine ever going to Japan without them because they make me feel so safe and happy, and I will always wake up as early as they need me to because every day is an adventure with them. Tell me why immediately after this tweet everything went downhill. It was her fucking fault, y'all. It was her fault, bitch. Her fault. She jinxed it, boys. She jinxed it. But yeah, everything ended up being fine. I think we ended up traveling for what? Did Gary say was it 7, 8 hours instead of the initial 2.5, 3 that we were expecting? Yeah, we were traveling so much. We were so tired. I just after we ate and talked for a little bit, I was laughing with them, but then I was just like, like that's what it felt like, boys. But we had a cabin, but the cabin was just there was no space for all of us really, so we were all side to side to side to side. And Oni bro snores so loud, and the gas station headphones that I had were so bad that it could barely tune him out. I was able to hear him snore mixed with bow farting, and the actual place smelled like duty, like the mats were just smelled like doo doo. It smelled like poopy poo poo. But you know, it was still a really pleasurable experience. For the moments we had, we were actually laughing about it a lot on the in the taxi. It was really funny to laugh about. We're the type to kind of just laugh about it. It was just whatever. It was just fucking funny. Nothing too crazy, aside from the fact that we spent like $500. Yeah, it was a good time, but everything was figured out, and we found a nice transit back that was a lot easier than getting there. We made sure that we had reserved seats that time, and we made it back safely, and we made it back to the Giri house with no other issues. It was so fine.